Ladies and gentlemen, friends, seekers of growth, today I want to speak to you about something both ancient and cutting edge. Something that sages, prophets, and poets have whispered about for thousands of years, and that neuroscientists and psychologists are now proving in laboratories and brain scans. That something is gratitude. Gratitude, not just a feeling, but a practice. Ancient texts remind us, in everything, give thanks. They were never saying gratitude was only for the easy days or the moments when life is smooth. They were teaching us that gratitude is a stance, a deliberate choice, especially in the storms of life. Modern psychology affirms this. Gratitude isn't just a fleeting feeling, it's a deliberate shift in perspective. It is choosing to notice what is going well, even when shadows fall. And neuroscience? Both faith traditions and science converge here. Gratitude strengthens our capacity for joy. It leads to better sleep, deeper optimism, and stronger bonds with others. Science now confirms what spiritual wisdom declared centuries ago. Thanksgiving renews the heart. Neuroscience shows us that Thanksgiving rewires pathways for joy and resilience. Ancient wisdom shows us that gratitude renews the soul. Both point in the same direction. Gratitude transforms us. Chat practical pathways for gratitude. Gratitude is not theory, it's practice. Here are pathways anyone can begin today. Gratitude journaling. Write down 3 things you're grateful for once or twice a week. Research shows this simple act increases happiness, optimism, and even physical health. Gratitude letters or visits. Write to someone you never properly thanked. Deliver it if you can. The boost in joy can last for months. Self-gratitude. Thank yourself for your efforts, your growth, your strengths. This builds compassion and softens self-criticism. For families and groups, gratitude jars. Each member writes a note of thanks, and over time, the jar fills with shared blessings. Reading them aloud creates connection and joy. Gratitude circles. Whether at the dinner table or at work meetings, simply pausing to share appreciation lowers stress and strengthens bonds. Shared experiences. Celebrate through experiences, not just things. Science shows experiences trigger more enduring gratitude than possessions. In schools, gratitude practices foster empathy and focus. In workplaces, they boost motivation, trust, and collaboration. In homes, they weave stronger family bonds. But let me be clear, gratitude must be authentic. It cannot be forced. It is not about pretending everything is fine or denying hardship. True gratitude is integration. It says, yes, life has pain, but even here, I can find something to give thanks for. Whether it's a lesson learned, a friend's support, or a glimmer of hope. It is this integration, acknowledging the shadows while still choosing light, that transforms us most deeply. Flow friends. So friends, gratitude is not small, it is not sentimental, it is revolutionary. It is an ancient wisdom practice, now validated by neuroscience, that can rewire your brain, transform your relationships, and renew your heart. When you give thanks, you are not just speaking words, you are sculpting the very structure of your mind. You are softening pain, strengthening joy, and awakening resilience. And perhaps the greatest miracle is this. As you change your brain with gratitude, you change your life. So let me ask you today, what will you give thanks for? It now shows us that this chosen perspective doesn't just uplift your mood, it literally rewires the brain. Gratitude reshapes your neural pathways, changing how you experience reality itself. Gratitude builds resilience. Wisdom traditions have long told us. Gratitude softens suffering and opens us to growth. Now, brain science explains why. When we practice gratitude, the brain's reactivity to negativity softens. The stress circuits calm. Resilience strengthens. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, but it becomes an interpretive lens. It allows us to perceive hidden opportunities, to find meaning even in hardship. Consider the story of Dr. Glenn Fox, a neuroscientist who turned to gratitude journaling after losing his mother. His research and his own experience showed the same thing. Gratitude changed his brain's response to grief. The circuits of distress calmed, while reward centers lit up again. Gratitude didn't remove the loss, but it transformed the experience of living with it. A profound biological process, thus. Ancient wisdom emphasized gratitude as renewal of the spirit. Modern neuroscience now reveals it as a profound biological process. This isn't about a fleeting good mood. Gratitude activates dopamine reward circuits, reduces cortisol and stress centers, and even reshapes brain structure through neuroplasticity. Studies show that consistent gratitude practice increases gray matter in the prefrontal cortex, the very region responsible for decision-making, emotional regulation, and focus. This means gratitude doesn't just feel good in the moment, it leaves a lasting imprint. It literally transforms the architecture of the brain.